Life gives you lemons. Don't make lemonade. Make life take the lemons back. Get mad! I don't want your damn lemons! What am I supposed to do with these? Demand to see life's manager. Make life rue the day it thought it could give Cave Johnson lemons. Do you know who I am? I'm the man who's gonna burn your house down with the lemons. I'm gonna get my engineers to invent a combustible lemon that burns your house down.
Hello there, it's Sunny and Logan, and basically what happened was before the 2-week break, I had a muted stream, and after the 2-week break, I had a bug stream. So I was already editing the muted stream together into an interlude, which is like a summary of everything that's happened, cut footage, all the good stuff. I've got some talking points to help me, so I might bring them up. But yeah, like the first one was muted for about 2 hours. The second one was me encountering a bug with starting Howson's quest. So basically I smushed them together and now you get one video. So with the interludes, there's like basically a summary of everything that's happened. And I got carried away because I was extremely bored while I was away. So I wrote down everything by episode. That stuff is all pre-recorded, so I don't have to read it live, thank heavens. But I did basically do it like in one take. Like I stuffed up at the start of like recording some of them, like 2 sentences in, and then I'd restart. So it's basically in one take. And yeah, they go for about 15 minutes each. So if you're watching the VODs, they're about 15 minutes and you can skip them. And you'll roughly, if you do 15 minutes, you'll roughly get to like the next bit of footage or the next bit of cool stuff. There's also, it's split into 3 parts because it is quite long. The one in the middle is cut over footage, so you can skip the 10-15 minutes, whatever it was, and you won't miss anything. It's just cut over footage, and you can see the little text scrolling in the top corner there. The stuff happens. And then after that, there are non-talking parts that are intentionally silent to give you guys a break from me talking all the time, because sometimes these VODs are just in the background and that's completely fine. Yeah, so you can also, it's basically just really quickly cut together combat and then like some silent commentary, that kind of thing. Silent commentary being like, you might see me write little things in there and zooming in. I'll always zoom in on the magic items because I think they're interesting. And all the sort of silent funnies happened after the Githyanki encounter. If you don't like a silent stream, you will hear me speaking again when we enter the Last Light Inn. So you'll see Will joining the party like very briefly, and then I start speaking basically after I start talking to some of the quest people in the Last Light Inn. He plays a lovely tune. And I literally just did this because I was bored. Bored for the 2 weeks. I was like, I'm gonna turn this shitty stream into an interlude. This is also the first time I'll be viewing the video all the way through. I can only view segments at a time when I'm editing, so hopefully it's okay. I did the recording for the summaries today. I've been able to like view them ish, so I hope there's nothing too earth-shattering in the videos. But yeah, basically that's everything. I won't spend too much time prattling on here. I'm probably just going to be hanging out in the background eating some chocolate and watching this all the way through. And I'll also be able to talk and chat, but I'm going to turn off sound bites. I'm going to turn off this break music. And yeah, we're just going to hang out, man. Yeah, so here is the feature presentation. Please enjoy. Will walks past a small portal and pulls out a wizard named Gale, who had been stuck in a rock for days upon days. As Gale is also infected, Will recruits him. Brock, Will, Lae'zel and Shadowheart infiltrate the goblins' camp security by sneaking into the side. The goblins are drunk and celebrating, and Brock encounters the owlbear cub there. The goblins worship the Absolute like a god, with many unaware that they are infected with Mind Flayer parasites. Despite the distractions, their mission is clear. They must eliminate the goblins' 3 mysterious leaders. One such leader is Priestess Gut. In order to continue their deception as true souls, Brock allows Priestess Gut to brand him with the symbol of the Absolute. While Will entertains the goblins with sick bardic licks, Priestess Gut leads Brock away from the celebration with the promise to help with the shadows in Brock's head. Priestess Gut knocks Brock out and imprisons him. Despite Brock's best efforts, he dislocates his wrist and is unable to wiggle free from his chains. And my favourite nat one. Just as Priestess Gut threatens to slice him up into giblets, which, give you heals, by the way? Dwarven ribs heal you? Whatever. A dwarven warlock named Corilla Halfflame kills Gut and frees Brock. Seems her employer, the devilish Raphael, is excited about their mind flayer condition. Corilla teleports away, leaving Brock to sneak around the goblin camp. With the goblins still enthralled with Will's performance, Brock frees some giant spiders and causes enough chaos in the camp to be able to eliminate a fair chunk of their forces, with the goblins being none the wiser. As Lae'zel and Brock take to the shadows, Will and Shadowheart explore. They find the second leader, a hobgoblin named Draw Ragslin, attempting to cast Speak with Dead with a Mind Flayer corpse. As Shadowheart's and Draw Ragslin's minds connect, the cleric hears once again of the reward that will go to whoever secures the great weapon that everyone is searching for. Shadowheart deduces that they mean the artifact, the polyhedral device that Shadowheart had risked her life for and now carries with her. I also carry my D20 with me everywhere. Brock and Lae'zel initiate from the shadows, killing Draw Ragslin and waves of his goblins. Their final leader, a drow main Minthara, has nothing to say to these hostiles and is quickly dispatched by the group. Shadowheart casts Speak with Dead on Minthara and learns that they need to find a Dryder with a lantern in order to reach Moonrise Towers. Whatever that means. Karlach and Gale tag in, allowing them to explore the camp further. They are able to find and free both the wandering adventurer Volo and the druid on everyone's lips, Halsin. He had been imprisoned in his bear guise, and the goblins who had been tormenting him are quickly dispatched. Halsin determines that the mind flayers infecting the party are somehow different, that Brock's group are aware of the monsters inside of them, nor are they controlled by their brainworms. Brainwords. Things that I don't have. Karlach admits the artifact is protecting them, and Halsin notes it looks otherworldly. She asks if he is able to cure them, but Halsin declines, saying he has found the next best thing. Where the Absolute's forces are coming from. The Moonrise Towers. People who are captured by the Absolute go into the Moonrise Towers and emerge infected. Halsin finds his own way out, but Brock and the gang decide to get some rest before deciding how they want to leave. As they rest, Gale lets Brock know that he must consume magical items in order to absorb the weave and stabilize his curious condition. Whatever that means, Brock gladly gives Gale a magic item to tide himself over. When Brock approaches Lae'zel, she confesses to feeling lustful towards him. Sweet dwarf. Dick. I was like, maybe I should say something else. No, it just falls out of my brain. Brock cautiously reciprocates, wary of what she might do if he were to deny Lae'zel to take what is hers. Perhaps they both don't feel up to it, because as the night progresses, Brock awakes to nurse a terrible feeling of sickness that is afflicting him. Lae'zel, who also feels sick, sneaks up on him and holds a knife to his throat. Brock, unsure if this is foreplay, is horrified to learn that Lae'zel plans to kill the entire party and herself, as she believes the sickness is the beginning of their Mind Flayer transformation. Brock connects with Lae'zel's mind in order to talk her down, but Brock feels something slip away, something he'll never get back. Lae'zel halts her assault, noting that she will be watching. Brock wonders if she really was into him. The night continues to be restless. A mysterious woman in the form of a red-headed dwarf in shining golden armor visits him in a dream. She says she came just in time to prevent the transformation. The dream visitor says she's the one who stopped Brock from falling to his death from the Nautiloid ship, and that she will protect him. She asks Brock to nurture and wield the power of the parasite for both of their sakes, to embrace his potential for the fate of Faerun. Brock awakes from the dream feeling better and learns that everyone else in the camp had similar dreams. While Brock was ready to trust the dream visitor, Brock is swayed by the group into believing it was mind flayer deception. Before Shadowheart shares her dreams, she tells Brock about how she found her way to Lady Shah's embrace. She doesn't remember who she was before she ended up in the woods alone as a child, but Sharon's rescued her from a growling wolf. Upon admitting this, Shadowheart is pained in her right hand by some sort of magical force. Brock suggests there may be some relation to a Selûnite rite of passage, as he recalls that Selûnites would release children into the wilds to navigate their way home, but Shadowheart denies it. We also learned that Volo can't take your eye if you've already sacrificed your eye to the hag. The more you know. The party decide to travel through the Underdark passages to escape the goblin camp. They uncover a myconoid colony, that word always gets me, that is peaceful towards them and had recently been attacked by Duergar. The myconoid sovereign senses Lae'zel's resolve and asks that they deal with their enemies. A deep gnome named Thula lies by the myconoid sovereign, squirming in pain. Brock administers a regular antidote to relieve her of the Duergar's poison. She tells Brock her fellow Iron Hand gnomes had been captured and enslaved by the Duergar, who are digging up a ruin across the lake. Brock promises to help her and her kin. But first, they return to the Druid's Grove where Halsin is chewing out Korgar for her actions in the grove. She is demoted, and Halsin thanks Brock for protecting the grove. The tiefling refugees in Halsin come to Brock's camp and partay into the night. Everyone seems to be having a good time, even Mole, the leader of a collection of child thieves who was squirreling away the booze. Everyone's having a good time except for Will, who is ashamed of his devilish visage. Words. When morning comes, Halsin tells the party that the path to the Moonrise Towers is filled with peril, including a shadow curse that lies over the place. Halsin suggests travelling through the Underdark and offers his services to the party. It appears he has unfinished business at the Moonrise Towers, as many years ago he fought against Ketheric Thorm and his Sharan Dark Justiciars, and failed to protect the region from the shadowy blight. I really hope I'm pronouncing Justiciars. Deal with it. Halsin also makes mention of a relic called the Night Song, as the druid had originally been captured by the goblins when helping some adventurers searching for it. Sensing they will be moving on, Brock decides to recruit the infected pale elf that had attacked him almost a 10-day prior, despite having knowledge from a bounty hunter that he's potentially a vampire. A vampire that walks around in sunlight? Preposterous. Besides, who is Brock to judge after all? Astarion is quick to tell Brock about himself, including that he may be hunted by a figure named Cazador. Brock tells him he had run into a bounty hunter a few days prior, who said Astarion was a vampire. Astarion twists the Gur bounty hunter's accusations into a means for them to collect sympathy. As the party return to the Underdark and explore beyond the Myconoid colony, Karlach rescues Balin Bonecloak, a dwarf wandering around some very dangerous flammable spores. Exploring further, they find a drow gripped by madness, a bullet, and a marked grave of a dog. It has a sad story behind it if you look it up. It has to do with the Wizard Tower things. Returning topside, Karla continues her heroics with Shadowheart as they both rush into a burning building at Joaquin's Rest and save everyone they can. They learn from Councillor Floric that drowned goblins had abducted Grand Duke Ravengard. We later learned that not only has the Duke been taken to Moonrise Towers, but is also Will's daddy. After fighting a Zentarum camp, they run into the Githyanki patrol, led by Kithrak Voss. They are also looking for the weapon at the behests of their Lich Queen, Vlaakith. Lae'zel attempts to seek help from them, but is quickly shut down by Voss. When Brock and the party approach, Voss reads Brock's mind and finds out the group is infected. He orders their death and leaves upon the back of a red dragon, while the party and the patrol engage each other. Brock and his comrades emerge victorious, and Lae'zel puts her faith back into the party, as finding a Githyanki creche is the means in which they will be cured. The party prepares to leave the area for the Underdark route this properly. I can speak words. The party prepares to leave the area for the Underdark route properly this time. Brock does some light reading with the necromancy of Thay, but its whispers of madness are promptly removed by Gale. That night, Brock is met by the Dream Visitor, who beseeches him to use the parasite's power as he had been avoiding it. She tells him that he is looking for solutions in the wrong places, and warns against the Absolute, and that they should infiltrate the cult. She says that when the order is given, true souls like Brock and his party will be turned into mind flayers in an instant. The Dream Visitor says they are alike, that she was infected with a mind flayer parasite and is trying to be free of it, and that she almost succeeded in being free of it. The Dream Visitor mentions she is being worn down, and asks Brock once again to embrace his illithid powers. However, he still doesn't trust or understand who he is talking to, nor does the party, who have their own dreams. Returning to the Underdark with more purpose, the party encountered the Duergar that had attacked the Myconoids, and dispatched them before stealing their boat and sailing across a lake towards a stronghold called Grimforge. Brock is quick to align with the local Duergar in a ploy to help free the Deep Gnomes. They plot to kill Nia, a drow true soul who is trapped in a cave-in, and Brock agrees to help them. The drow and his Duergar followers are no match for the resistance, and are killed. They convince the Duergar to free the gnomes, including one Barkus Root, a deep gnome that the party had saved from goblins. Barkus is looking for his friend Wilbram Bungle, who was taken to the towers. From there, the group explores Grimforge to uncover its secrets, including picking up an amulet with the maddened soul of a monk. How he loves to love! Oh! When they make camp, Brock is interrupted by Astarion in the night, who reveals himself to be a vampire, or rather, a vampire thrall. Oh yeah, he admitted to being a vampire the other night or something. Whatever. Astarion asks for Brock to do a trust exercise, and the dwarf allows the elf to feed on him, hopefully in a bid to make him stronger. Or maybe Brock is just weirdly curious. It almost goes too far, but Astarion is persuaded to stop. Astarion promises he won't forget the favour. The party end up finding the Adamantium Forge, but a gigantic automaton awaits anyone who uses the forge. They emerge not only triumphant, but completely unscathed. Highlight that shit! They make an adamantine scimitar for Brock and a set of adamantine armour that only Lae'zel could possibly put to good use. Perhaps flattered by the gift and the show of bravery against Grim, or maybe jealous of the sucking sounds between Astarion and Brock the other night, Lae'zel finally comes through on her sensual offer to Brock. The two spend the night, but don't share much in the way of conversation. Whoop, there we go. It's just a fling, right? Returning to the Myconoid colony to check in on the freed gnomes in Vula, the party encounters a knowledgeable bugbear and a peculiar independent mind flayer named Omilim? We're going to commit to some way to pronouncing this name. I hear it and I forget it. Though wary of the creature, Omilim offers a potential cure for the parasites, as long as they can procure a few ingredients for a special potion. So, the party travelled to a wizard's abandoned tower in order to find these ingredients. During their search, they happen upon a Githyanki disc that tells the tale of the Prince of the Comet, suggesting that Vlaakith seized the Empire against the wishes of Mother Gith. The text tells that the son of Mother Gith, Orpheus, was the true heir to the Empire, and that Vlaakith had seized control, potentially using her pact with Tiamat, the dreaded Archdevil Dragon Queen. That's the five-headed dragon you might see around. Lae'zel one of Vlaakith's most faithful warriors, considers the story. Lae'zel insists that Mother Gith declared Vlaakith as queen and that Orpheus defied his mother. The story is rubbish. Returning to Omilum, the Mind Flayer crafts a potion. Brock decides to take one for the team and see if it works, but Omilum believes that they can at least reveal more about it being the parasite. During the procedure, the parasite lashes out and burrows deeper into Brock's brain, leaving him permanently changed as the parasite grows in power. Omilum observes that the magic surrounding it is ancient and powerful, so they trade for a ring of mind shielding. It is another failed route. On their way back to the Myconoid colony, the party encounter a group of petrified drow. Despite defeating the monstrous spectator that had petrified them, the drow turn on Shadowheart as she is a potential threat to their search to the Adamantine Forge. We beat you to it, bro. They are soundly defeated, though Brock did try to save them. Brock delivers Nia's snobbish head to the Myconoid sovereign as a sign of peace. They name Brock a life chanter and celebrate with a spore dance. Will entertains them with a tune. It's a beautiful scene. While exploring, Gale confesses to having shared a bed with the goddess Mystra. He had tried to return a piece of fractured magic of Mystra back to the goddess. A fabled book embedded a powerful orb of unstable magic in his chest, and it's hungry, ever hungry. As they prepare to traverse the Moonrise Towers, at camp that night, Shadowheart and Lae'zel enter a confrontation about the artifact. Lae'zel believes it is sacred to her people and demands an explanation. She demands that Shadowheart pay for her transgressions with a duel. As Shadowheart holds a blade to Lae'zel's throat, Brock mediates. Shadowheart suggests that they shouldn't be foes, and to imagine what they can achieve together if Lae'zel tempered her hostility towards their enemies. And then we'll pick up Act 2 stuff in a sec. Hello there. It is Sunny and Logan. And I'm letting the music do its thing. And I'll be going away for the next 2 weeks, so I'm going to sneak in some sesh now. I don't think I'm gonna hurt myself by going into like the Shadowfell portal or anything and be like, oh, can't pick this up. So I'm probably just gonna be picking away at stuff, just goofing off. Basically I just want to explore the map a bit, and I actually did I looked up what I need to do for Howson's quest. So what I might do is I might just wander around the map, and then when I come back I might be able to fix up Howson's quest by then, with the boy. I think their name is Senior or something. Yeah, it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon on the 9th of the 9th. I have 3 people that I know very well that have birthdays today, so it's good. All the good people are born on this day. Okie dokies. I might actually change my party and gather the ladies. Do you know who would be a fun party?
The blade stands at the ready.
I reckon Karlak, Will, and Astarion would be the best fucking party ever.
And just when things were warming up.
It is done.
Also, I think there's a kid in the camp somewhere. I think they're wherever Withers is.
I am neither dead nor undead, neither alive.
Yeah, there she is.
I don't get it.
Thou wilt.
Thou wilt. How are you doing, Arabella?
Hey, you. I made it. Easy peasy. You find Mum and Pops?
Not yet!
Well, hurry. They gotta be somewhere, and I don't want them worrying. Then I'll teach you to conjure those vines.
I don't have the heart.
Can I touch your face?
No.
fuck? Did that thing just wiggle? Oh, it's wiggling. What the fuck? Since when do they wiggle? Oh, what? I never noticed that they wiggled. It's a wiggly tree. Okay, let's go. It's a wiggle tree. Okie dokies. So, this is where the Kuatoa all are. I think I wanted to go to the Last Light Inn and then sort of see what's north of here. So let's do that. Stay away from the cleric. I like that there's just like a random fishman encounter. Gather XP. Oh, sweet. Alright, we can just go through. Oh, this is kind of pretty.
My hunting ground. I might be responsible for some of these.
What do you mean? The gate was my hunting ground?
At least things have stayed interesting.
What do you mean, Brock? You used to hunt around here? Is this like an Outlander thing? I love the idea of like the Dark Edge being a ranger because you'll be like, I'm gonna go kill everyone. And then he's like, I'm gonna go into nature and just hunt normally. He's just all over the place. Oh,
Curious.
we found something.
It won't budge.
Oh, I'm glad that I brought the ladies with me.
It won't budge.
Just like, fucking move aside.
A flaming fist, face smashed. She had enemies, clearly.
Oh,
Is that blood?
someone's just buried here.
No, never mind.
Shield of Scorching Reprisal. When a foe hits you... Okay, and then it's got Blazing Retaliation. Huddle behind your shield to increase your armor class by 1 and reap Scorching Retaliation upon attackers who miss you. When an attacker misses you with melee attack, they take 1 to 6 fire damage? That is so cool. Send to Shadowheart. She's got the highest AC out of all of them. Ugh, I spent all that money getting this. I like both of them. I like this one too. I like that it casts aid at like the 3rd level. But we don't really need that at the moment. Just doing some damage is fun. So, I'm a fan.
Time to press ahead.
I don't understand what Brock meant before. This used to be my hunting ground. Some of these might be mine. Did he used to like just fucking come through and murder people? What? Okay, we thoroughly explored this section of the map. I don't think that leads to anywhere. Oh shit, it might. Oh, that looks like it goes somewhere. What? Where does this go? I'm just exploring. Oh god. Music. Settle down. Settle down, game. My hope is that I'll find some sort of clue towards something else, but if not, I might just go talk to House and... so it turned out that I needed a battered lute, which I believe, if it's not in here, I may have picked it up because I do have a habit of just picking up instruments. There was instruments here, but I've taken them all. That's okay. We'll continue to explore the map. I didn't end up going into the Masons Guild. Whoopsie. I was meant to go there for something, wasn't I? I'm investigating something. Best investigate the Selûnite resistance. And we saw the dwarf lady, I think. Pretty sure. The dwarf lady that saved me from being stupid. It's Priestess Gut. Alright, to the Masons Guild. Whichever direction that may be in. Okay, there's a tree I can walk on. Oh, yes. Tree bridge. Sneaking is slow. Sneaking is so slow. Oh, I remember you little fucker. This fucking thing, man. This thing. Where is it? It disappeared. These fucking things. Oh, there we go.
Cutting to the chase.
Let it happen. It still hasn't fallen. Is this gonna fall anytime soon? Oh, what happened to the camera? What is happening?
Wouldn't take much to send that stone crashing
Yeah, no
downwards.
shit. Would have worked. Oh shit. Oh, now it works. God damn it. Hide. Oh shit. Oh, now it bloody falls down. Get fucked. The tomb. Infernal iron. Fucking hell, I just keep finding it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It'll be fine. I guess there's nothing in here. I don't know. I suppose there was like a wooden hatch or whatever, so we could go explore that. I don't know what I missed. Oh, hello. I do like me a good wooden hatch. Come to me.
Time for bitter business. The light would fear to shine on.
I'm not getting the sense there's any danger in here. There's an elevator? What? Come on, succeed! There's gotta be a way in. Oh, thank
curious.
fuck. Alright. Keyhold Herald? What's that mean? Sometimes the key is just floating around. I suppose it makes sense to have an elevator here. It would be pretty handy dandy for a bunch of masons. I don't really see any signs of a key.
Let's have a look.
I guess I will pick the button.
Right tool will do the trick.
Guide me. Oh, we made it. Oh, natural 20! Nice.
I'll tell you so bad.
Shush fairy. Oh, God, I love it when we dungeons in these dragons. Reinforced gilded chest. This looks like a trap.
That might be worth a look.
Ah.
I can't afford to fail.
Just guide old Brocky boy. Oopsie. No. Alright, ladies, stand back. Me and my 84 hit points have got this.
Does this count as adventuring?
Oh, Karlach's finally caught up. Okay. Her constitution is pretty good. Oh, man. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Okay. What the fuck is this? think we're resistant to fire, so once again, he is still the best boy to get caught in these traps. Well, first of all, I'm gonna try this again, because I'm here. There you go. Hell yeah. Oh, there's fucking nothing in it. It's just a trap. God damn it. Well, here's what I can do. I'll Misty Step to the other side. Note from the Mason. Congratulations on finding this place, thief, but your journey ends here. Oh shit. Oh, we can just go through now. Okay. Sweet. Fucking make me use a second level spell, you fucking Mason. This is a very fancy place for a Mason. I'm pretty sure we don't have a lot of AoE with our current setup. Oh, there's people here. Someone can see. So it won't be piss easy if we have like a bunch of zombies again like it was with Gale and Will. We might actually have to think about this. If they're named NPCs, I'll just blunder in. If they're just fucking zombies or something, then nah. Oh, it's a wraith. See if we can't sneak up on the first one. He's still chilling there.
Don't want to draw any attention.
Dead. Okay. Got another action, so we
One
might
day I'll catch
use
a
it.
break.
And I think Brock will be spurred into initiative. There we go. Ooh, there's something here. Okay. We'll work on the shadows first. We'll do Hunter's Mark. Use our special thing to start. Critical miss. We can't do everything. Alrighty, so that's them done.
What's next, I wonder?
Do we have a clear idea of where everyone is yet? I think we can potentially do a guiding bolt from the shadows. Just trying to figure out where I can do it from. Oh, we can do it from there. Let's do it at second level. And get some work done on this wraith. But first we'll move Lae'zel somewhere advantageous, I think. Can you shoot over that thing, please? Alright, that's better. Let's do a menacing attack. Alright, they're scared. That's good. She's a little ways down the initiative. My hope is that they don't see her somehow. Shit. That's alright. In order to get her halberd thing working as well, we need to do circuitry interface, otherwise she will get stunned. We still have Shadowheart to go.
Concentrate.
And we'll concentrate on doing... she literally says it. Concentrate on doing that second level guiding bolt. Alrighty, everyone's in initiative.
Blood comes easy these days.
And we still have one more action with Brocky Boy. Looks like we can also move our shit over here. Very nice. Alright, let's see what they do. Or are you going to take their time coming over here? On their journey through the ruined temple, they run into Elminster, Gale's old mentor, very famous guy. They take him back to camp. Elminster tells Gale that Mystra has tasked him with using the power in his chest to destroy the heart of the Absolute. If he does this, Gale will be redeemed. Brock asks Gale if there is another way, but Gale seems determined to proceed with the plan. Exiting the Underdark, the group emerges into a shadowy forest, which Shadowheart is oddly familiar with. As they progress through, the Shadow Curse lashes them with necrotic energy. They stumble upon a group of Harpers who are being assaulted by shadowy undead. They help them, and Harper Lysandra tells them to meet them at the Last Light Inn. As they approach, Will is entangled by Jaheira, a powerful elf who appears to be their leader. Will introduces himself, but is accused of being both True Soul and Hellspawn. Mole, the tiefling urchin girl, jumps out and defends Will. Jaheira wonders how a True Soul has a mind of his own, but invites the party in. Brock and Jaheira sit down with some truth wine and tell them that the cult of the Absolute is spreading through Baldur's Gate, and that they had tracked them here. She is on the tail of General Ketheric Thorm, the leader of the Absolutists. She had fought the former Sharon in the battle house and had mentioned a long time ago, and mentions that the general is immortal, but she has hope, and tasks the party with finding the source of his power. They meet up with the smith Demon, and he is able to use infernal iron to help Karlak keep the heat down. Finally, she can touch somebody, so Brock gives her a big ol' hug. However, Demon warns that Karlak should return to the heat of the hells, otherwise the infernal engine in her chest will kill her. Karlak would rather die than go near Zariel. A few familiar faces appear at the inn, including Barkus Root. He seems to be working on something special and is keen for Brock to come through on his offer of saving his friend, Wilburn. And in the corner is Raphael, playing a board game with Mole. It seems the devil has given her an offer. Brock tells him to bugger off back to hell and stay away from Mole. Will doesn't like what he's heard either, and they decide to try to warn her away from dealing with the devil. But first they go upstairs. Isabel, a cleric of Selune, has been guarding the Last Light Inn with a powerful shield that keeps the Shadow Curse at bay. As Isabel casts a blessing on them, Brock yearns for a good murdering at this very essential NPC, but there's no time for morbid fantasies. A winged flaming fist named Marcus has come to kidnap Isabel, and he and his winged horrors attack the refuge. They scoop up Mole during the battle, but the party defeats the attackers with only a few casualties. While exploring the area, the party help the Harpers take down a Dryder and their goblin escorts. They gain a moon lantern that will help them traverse the Shadow Curse. The pixie inside isn't happy at all. At camp that night, Mizora, Will's patron, visits them and requests that her pup rescue one of Zariel's assets. It's a powerful devil. They're locked up in the Moonrise Towers and Will must get them out. Brock gets the sense that Mizora is a little desperate, and he uses what little leverage he has to try to release Will from his pact. The party stumble near the road towards the mountain pass, and they decide to proceed further and visit Kresh Yelik in the hopes of a cure. The Dream Visitor warns to steer clear of the Githyanki and that they'll stop at nothing to take the artifact back from Brock. As they draw near, Lae'zel admits to having more than just an attraction to Brock. However, he must earn her embrace. Lae'zel soundly beats Brock up, but she no longer wants to hurt him, and she cares for him. They spend the night together. The next day, they enter the creche, and as a child of Gith, Lae'zel demands her right to the Zaithisk to be purified. Gostil Strunigos, a Githyanki somewhere in between a scientist and a doctor, tends to the Zaithisk. Lae'zel enters the Zaithisk, and Brock feels her agony. He encourages her on as Lae'zel calls the queen. Fucking idiot. Shadowheart figures out that the device is killing her, but Lae'zel continues to hang on. The Zaithix nearly destroys the warrior, but the Dream Visitor overloads the device, and it erupts, leaving Lae'zel subtly crippled and most certainly not cured. Stornigos is distraught, on the edge of fanaticism. She wants the parasites to study how they overloaded the Zaithisk and orders their death. The party kill her and the Gith who follow her, though the rest of the Kresh is unawares of the battle. Brock, still suspicious of the Dream Visitor and wanting answers, delivers the artifact into the hands of the Githyanki Inquisition. Shadowheart is like, the fuck, it is a bold move. But it is bound to Brock and his party. At Lae'zel's order, Brock gives the artifact to the Inquisitor. Queen Vlaakith herself appears to them as a large spectral image and reveals that the artifact is called the Astral Prism and that it is corrupted by the person inside. The heretic inside is an agent of the Grand Design and would herald the return of the Illithid Empire. Vlaakith tells them to venture inside and kill them. Do this, and Lae'zel could ascend. Brock is unable to refuse, lest he know Lae'zel's fury and everyone in the room. They enter the artifact, a pocket of the astral plane, and look out into the stars to see the skeleton of a dead titan. Brock enters a protected area alone and is finally able to meet the Dream Visitor in person. She submits to his blade, but Brock assures her that he isn't a monster and he just wants answers. She says she was once an adventurer like Brock until she took a tadpole to the braid. She knows a secret that would end Vlaakith's rule, that the Lich Queen is not powerful enough to rise against the Illithid's power. Brock leaves, satisfied that the Dream Visitor isn't the parasite in his brain after all, and maybe truly is trying to help, which means they should enter the heart of the cult and attempt to thwart them from there. Illithid powers, though? Nah. When Brock returns to the party, Lae'zel connects with his mind to understand the conversation he had, but she is still adamant they are lies. As they portal back to the Inquisitor's chambers, they are immediately attacked. It doesn't matter if they killed the Dream Visitor or not. The Queen had no intention of letting them live. When the party defeats their attackers, they have a moment to themselves to find an alternate route out of the crash. They find a hidden temple of Lathander. Oh, so shiny and pretty on a pedestal in the middle of a grand hall is a mace. The blood of Lathander. Despite all the red flags, Brock seizes the mace, and a terrible trap is triggered that will destroy the crash and all in it if they don't act fast. While they are able to disarm the trap and take the mace, Lae'zel reprimands Brock for his insouciance. Brock gives the mace to Shadowheart because it got the heals. There is no way out through the temple, so they fight their way out of the crash, sparing any children, but not anyone who fights them seriously. They escape the crash alive and decide to head back towards the mountains. Kithrak Voss finds their camp, and as it turns out, he's been playing both sides. He shares the same beliefs as the Dream Visitor, and that Vlaakith is nothing but a tyrant. He bids that they bring the Astral Prism to Baldur's Gate and appeals to Lae'zel. Break the chains and be slaves to Vlaakith no longer. He reveals the Zaithix does not purify, but extracts memories and kills the infected. Vlaakith feeds on the Ascended in her pursuit of godhood. Lae'zel's faith in Vlaakith is rattled, and wants to find the truth in whether she is a sinner. Or if Vlaakith instead had sinned against her. If Voss is right, then Vlaakith consumes her Ascended Githyanki in a bid to gain true godhood. If Voss is wrong, then Lae'zel will submit to Githyanki blades. Returning to the Cursed Forest, the party encounter an otherworldly boy named Oliver who bids them to play hide and seek. Brock deduces he is one part of a greater whole, something ancient and sad, but cannot put his finger on what exactly Oliver is. After successfully finding him and avoiding his shadowy parents, Oliver gifts them with the rings he thinks they'll need. Their night's rest is earned after battling the dangers of the forest and making it back to the Last Light Inn. Brock is awoken by another visit by Scaleratus Fell, the butler, who offers Brock another powerful tithe. However, he bids that the Dark Urge do something divinely unspeakable first. Scolaritus commands the death of the cleric Isabel, suggesting that Brock should kill her as she is too pretty to live. Brock adamantly declines, but Scolaritus reminds him of Alfira, and that his unconscious mind will strike out if Brock does not satisfy his urge. That morning, Brock approaches Isabel, working through his urge. He attempts to warn her about his feverish need to kill her. Isabel tolerates the discussion, waiting for Brock to push down his urge, and says that his affliction doesn't rule him. They promise to begin their relationship anew, as long as there is peace at the last light. They wander closer to Moonrise Towers. Garen Gothform, the toll collector, is quickly dispatched. She wanted way too much for a place that we easily snuck past anyways. Not too far from there is the Waning Moon Tavern, where the brewer, Thisbald Thorm, tends the bar. Say that really fast 5 times. He is a huge hulking creature that is nearly bursting at the gut from his own special brew. He looks like he is about to burst. So Brock accepts a drink from Thisbald and underestimates just how potent the brew is. Despite Thisbald becoming frustrated with Brock's drunken stories, the dwarf is able to spin a decent tale about his encounter, or lack thereof, with the Phase Spider matriarch. Seriously, I got so lucky with the rolls there. It's really good. I had disadvantage and like a DC 16, -1 to charisma. It was amazing. The brewer tells Brock that Ketheric isn't immortal. When Brock asks how to defeat him, Thisbald says he can't mention her. As Brock's dwarven resilience finally catches up to the brew, Thisbald becomes suspicious and mentions that he was ordered by Ketheric not to mention her cage, and that something is buried in the Thorm tomb. The brewer finally bursts and falls dead. In a back room, the group discovered Thisbald has been experimenting with a deadly poison but required another ingredient. Brock is too drunk to make out the delivery location from the pages of Thisbald's journal. Putting their venerable leader to rest, the party sets up camp. Gale and Brock share a moment underneath a beautiful night sky. Gale contemplates his grim mission and tells Brock that while he wants his death to have meaning, that he is also terrified. Brock isn't so sure Gale has to die, and the wizard damns the dwarf for giving him so much to care for. They're friends. Brock stays with Gale so he isn't alone, looking towards the stars.
Here goes nothing. Time to press ahead.
Where Wargaz failed to kill you, I won't make the same mistake.
I'd love to, thanks.
Well, so much for peace.
Time to strike.
Ready for another round?
Nothing will stand in my way.
Won't last much longer like this. My turn.
Ross was right. The Quanith alerted us to the hunters. It is as we knew. My people have turned their blades against us. They will emerge from the shadows and descend from the skies. And we will grant them their only just fate. Death.
Clustered fires and tents. The Absolute's army is camped here. Better not press my luck.
The countless distant silhouettes leave you no doubt. A veritable army swarms the path ahead.
We are mighty, But we've no chance to fell such a legion. We must turn back.
Still alive. So that's progress.
God's blood, this is heavy.
Seems like
It's
a good
for a
moment
good
to
cause.
talk.
Onward.
Looking ahead.
I can keep going a little longer now.
Can't keep me out. Let's see.
Ellie May, my light, my hope, my joy.
This grave is a mess. Probably an animal's doing. The animal never had a chance. The curse consumes everything it touches.
Where lies your guilt?
Waning moon.
And I have met few who stand so tall and fearless in the face of the unknown. Be on your way, brave soul. A fair point. Perhaps this one could assist us. The murdered lie silent. The raven asks, will you be their voice? She is not the victim. Nay, she is the perpetrator. This woman tended a bar where she took her patrons, her friends, into her confidence, promised their secrets were safe with her. Yet she turned their words into knives and stabbed them in the back. They died because of her. And to this day, her victims lie unavenged. You see it as I do. I seek a record of this one's crimes, written in her own hand. Through it, I can summon her spirit, and force her to face trial for her crimes.
Your mind swoons with possibilities. This blessed loon may murder the same soul as many times as he wishes.
No. I seek only justice, not murderous deviancy. I offer you a chance to avenge this murderer's victims. Will you take it?
I thank you, as do those who died by her words. Go to the distillery, the one she calls the Waning Moon.
Find the ledger and bring it to me. If you do not approve, you can...
Heading out. This is my happy place.
That's the spirit.
Your spirits are sky high, and your steps unreasonably light.
The agony of ecstasy. Why must pleasure bring such pain?
This is the madness the Shardens wrought. Whilst thou wearest me, so sharest thou my curse.
Your mood levels out. You have found balance.
Maybe he was a musician.
You notice the distinctive calluses on the man's hands, the kind only developed from decades of playing the lute.
I've had mute on this whole time. I'm an idiot. How long have I been muted? Oh well, we'll find out. I don't know how long I've been muted for, probably since I tableted my dog. I'm an idiot. It's fine. We're gonna heal this man.
Daniel! He's still trapped there. He needs help.
Calm. Breathe. You've been trapped in the Shadowfell for a century. Take a moment to clear your mind.
A century? You're Halsin. Daniel said to find you. You must help him, please.
I will, but I need to know where Thaniel is. If I venture into the Shadowfell blind, I will never find him.
I'm not sure I can put it into words. The landscape there shifts and changes.
Let Housen handle this.
Lavender. Whenever I saw Thaniel, I always smelled lavender.
I can work with that. Rest now. Meet me by the lakeshore. I have what we need to proceed, but I'll need your help. Be ready. This may prove perilous.
Oh? Meet Housen by the lakeshore. Housen has a plan to save Thaniel and lift the shadow curse. He asked us to meet him by the lakeshore. Okay, so there's like 2 ways you can get in. Is that what I'm hearing? Long rest the party and figure out who's good to do a nature quest. It just sounds like we'll go to the fucking Shadowfell or some shit. Maybe there's 2 ways in. You don't have to go through the gauntlet, maybe? You know what? Let's go grab the ledger and bring it back to that guy. But we've cleared out the waning moon, so it should be pretty safe. This might be like the other quest, where I've picked it up already and I've put it somewhere, but I don't know where. I've probably put it into the chest, but I haven't had a chance to organize stuff yet, so... Man, I don't know what I've done with this ledger. If someone has it, I just don't know who. Ledger, 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 ledger. These don't look like ledgers. Please don't see me, Shadowheart. Why have you got my hat? I'm stealing it back. Shit. Might call it there for now because I'm really not sure where it is. But yeah, it'll be a little while before I pick up Baldur's Gate again. Tomorrow I'm gonna be stuck in a car all day. And then we have dubious internet where I'm going. If all goes to plan, I'll see you for another Baldur's Gate stream in 2 weeks from now. Bye! Hello there, it's Sunny and Logan, and I am back after 2 weeks. Yep, let's just jump in. I don't know. There they are, my lovely crew. I have done some changes, as I usually do. It's time. Shut up, NPC. But you'll see he looks a little more like a ranger at the moment, save for his boots. But I figured this kind of suits his aesthetic more, and he is technically wearing the company colors. He's wearing blue. And you'll see that sort of switched. I can't remember if Astarion was wearing that last, but now he is. And yeah, that's basically all that's going on. I have a couple of things to grab. I think I have to find the other one of this, but I would like this warding bond ring because Brock does have a ridiculous amount of HP, and I could actually see him maybe putting it on Lazil.
The Githyanki would call this an Ormalar, an alliance of Mlar.
And what is a Mlar exactly?
Builders, craftspeople, and the makers of the incomparable silver swords the Kithraki wield in battle. The Mlar may not be warriors, but they are no less valuable to my people.
I did find a bunch of stuff, because I wanted to sort of go through as efficiently as possible, take off some stuff, and then depending on my energy levels, I am kind of tired. I've got holiday brain, and I think I'm still recovering. You know, when you're sort of forced to go to sleep early. Like I was going to bed at like 9:30. It's ridiculous. There it is. True Love's Embrace, Gentle Warding Bond. And then there was a diary. Okay. Entry 47. Of being attacked. My brave, beautiful Miranda volunteered to fight. She says it's her duty as a cleric of Shah. I can't bear the thought of anything happening to her, but I know she'd be angry if I said anything. I'll pray to Our Lady to keep her safe. Entry 48. Miranda woke me in full armor, a smile on her face. She got down on one knee and proposed, a beautiful obsidian ring in her hand. Of course I said yes! As a cleric, she was able to marry us then and there. Oh hell yeah, she performed ceremony, baby. Blessing the rings as she slipped them on our fingers. I'm terrified for her, but I'm also so happy. I knew she loved me, I knew it. Entry 49. Maybe Miranda just thought this dude had a lot of HP. Miranda faced an entire troop of harpers, killing every last one. She didn't have a scratch on her. Blessed be the Lady of Lass. I tried to prepare a celebratory meal for her, but I had a dizzy spell. Blood poured from my nose and Miranda found me passed out on the floor. Aww! She told me to rest and not to bother going to the House of Healing, that it was likely the stress. She's right, but I'm still scared. What a bitch, Miranda! Entry 50. I know Miranda said not to, but I went to the House of Healing. Blood leaks from my nose and ears, and there's strange wounds all over my body. The nurse kept asking about my ring, and when I told her myself and Miranda just got married, she looked at me strangely. When I asked her what was wrong, she sent me home, told me not to come back. There are black spots in my vision. I can't feel my legs. What is wrong with me? What is happening? Wow, Miranda, that's fucked. You gotta have hit points like Brocky Boy if you want to do that shit. Laser, this doesn't mean anything. This doesn't mean anything, but I'm finally taking off the Ring of Resistance to Ants. And I'm putting it on. Oh shit, her rings are really good. I'm putting back on the Ring of Resistance to Ants. But they're really cool rings. I want them for something, I just don't know what. Okay, so that's the first thing that I remembered that I wanted to do. Next thing, I'm going to give the ledger to the dude. I'm pretty sure I have it on me. Madeline's ledger. So there was a guy who was punishing murderers around. What's up, homie? He who was.
The air stirs in trepidation. You have the ledger.
Oh, he's so hot for that ledger. Oh. Here you go.
We have it. Her lies, her guilt. Madeline reported her friends to a dark justiciar and fled when they were butchered. Well, she flees no more. I will be the conduit for Madeline's spirit. I will force her to face trial, and you will be the judge.
What?
Make her beg. Make her suffer.
What if I just this once embrace it? But, you know, let's see what she has to say first.
Careful, for a serpent in life is a serpent in death.
Roll meat bags in the end, bud.
Witness.
Ugh.
He said I was gonna be punished. That you'd be the judge. But I didn't mean to hurt anyone.
You sound an awful lot like that dwarf. Nettie. You didn't mean to kill your friends? How laughable. Oh, I mean, I relate. Blood taints all our hands in ways we never predict.
But this wasn't supposed to happen. I swear. I said it didn't mean nothing. That Ben and Mark were just drunk and whining. The Dark Justicia promised she was gonna chat with him. She promised.
What the fuck? My gorge rises. What do you mean your gorge? Your dick? My gorge rises at your sickening naivety. Geez, that's... I can't even... What do they actually do?
She gave him a dagger each. And told him to press it against their stomachs on the count of 3. To start stabbing. And not stop till she said so. She never said stop. I'd do anything to take it back. Anything.
Is there an insight roll? I'll just say that she was a coward. I'll just make her feel bad. Please help me, Will. I'm not very charismatic. Ooh. Oh, thank God. I'm glad that I decided on the bardic inspo.
You're right. I'm a killer. A monster. I should have died instead.
You are dead. Ugh.
Oh, glorious. Look, my hand still shakes. You broke her most thoroughly.
Ooh.
Well done.
Psychic torture. I got her to admit her sins. No stabbing necessary. That was fun.
It is pleasing to see we are of one mind. You have done well. Her pain and anguish were sublime. I will treasure it.
Here, for your services. However, a friendly warning. Be careful, or you may be the next murderer I bring to justice.
Can we get a psychologist in first?
Say bye.
What the fuck did they just say? I'd say bye, but you'll be dead soon. Ha! Oh, shit. You can summon a raven? Oh, I get rid of Scratch when I do that. Ah, man. Well, if I'm gonna pick anyone, it's gonna be Scratch. Scratch for sure. Maybe someone else can use Quove the Raven. There was another place that I wanted to go. I believe it's around here. Oh.
What's that hiding in the dirt?
Oh, hello. Oh, death saving throw +2. Very nice. Alright, next thing I want to do is talk to Isabel. I want to see if there's any dialogue to be like, I know that we know that you know that I know that you know that we know that you are Kethric's, you know. Could be like, what? I don't know, what do you know? What do I know? What do you know? I know what you know. Alright, Isabel. What up? Tell me about your tragic backstory with your daddy. I know who you are.
You did well to help those people escape Ketheric. Every soul saved is a blessing, and you're raining them upon us.
Forsaken Truce Killer is #1. All in a day's work.
May we be lucky enough to see many more.
I have a question for you. Oh, actually, I saw Ketheric at Moonrise Towers. He was presiding over a trial.
Almost laughable that he sees himself fit to judge anyone. Did you learn anything about how we might defeat him?
I think I'm on the right track.
That's fantastic. Well done. I'm glad you've made progress. Protecting this inn, well, it takes it out of you. I'll hold out as long as I can. By the sound of things, we'll have a more permanent solution soon. So glad you're on our side. Go on, then.
I don't know anything about you.
I could say the same. But perhaps we should save the trivia till we're on the other side of this thing. Promise not to die, and we'll celebrate with our life stories.
Where's the dialogue option that's like, I'm pretty sure you're Ketheric Thorm's daughter or something? Oh, right. Oh, it comes up with new dialogue stuff. Okay. I have news about Ketheric. I've been tasked with retrieving something important to him. Seems like a good lead.
That's incredible news. I won't ask for the specifics as to how you uncovered that. But I'm grateful you've done whatever it takes. I can't believe there's an end in sight. Thank you. Go on, then.
This curse seems incredibly powerful. What more could you tell me about it?
It belongs to the goddess Shah. According to the Harpers, it fell here when they defeated Ketheric. The one who tried to have me kidnapped. I suppose they didn't defeat him quite hard enough.
Yeah, speaking of, like, kidnapping, please, where's the dialogue option? How'd you come here?
Right place, right time. When a cleric of Selûne stumbles into a Sharan shadow, she's bound to set it to rights. At any cost.
Tell me about the twin goddesses.
Moon and shadow. Light and dark. Divine sisters ever at war. And this place has become one more battlefield. Sometimes life forces us to choose sides. Luckily, sometimes the choice is obvious. I could say the same. Promise not to die, and we'll celebrate with our life stories.
Alright. Done. Ugh, I hate it when they walk right into where I'm clicking. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. Oh, I am your venerable leader. Alright, let's have a look at the map. Also, that's... How do I cancel the quest? Go away. Where is Halsin? Like, my guess is he's over there somewhere. But he doesn't have a quest marker on him, so that's weird. Hey, Chihiro, what's up?
The shadows haven't consumed you. Good.
He regenerated before my eyes, that Ketheric bloke. It was pretty fucking cool.
Gruesome, isn't it? I'm glad you survived the encounter at least. Did you learn anything more?
Parts of the tower aren't open to me yet.
The great general is paranoid. Good. That means he's protecting something. I'll wager it's the source of his invulnerability. He'd protect that at any cost. Was there anything else?
He's calling himself a chosen of the Absolute now.
Chosen? Oh, that's 3 masters Ketheric has served. Our paladin isn't very picky. He's aligned himself with mind flayers. But I cannot see what he gains. Perhaps we can force it out of him once we have him up against a wall.
Just think.
Was there anything else?
If we interrogate him, he can just throw back his shit over and over.
Then speak.
How did the Harpers first learn of the Absolute?
The same way Harpers learn of anything. Poking noses where they don't belong. We sent an agent to infiltrate this cult. The latest fad among the city's bored nobility, I thought. Until that same agent returned and tried to plant a knife in my neck. My first encounter with a true soul. I'm glad ours ended on friendlier terms.
It's like...
From there, I made some inquiries of my own. Saw firsthand how easily the cult could turn friend to foe with but the twist of a tadpole.
It's like a body snatchers
so
thing.
I gathered my Harpers and came to the source. Moonrise Towers.
Why are you looking at my ass, Astarion? Why are you... Everyone is... Okay, Lae'zel's allowed. You can look, but you can't touch. Unless you offer. And then you can certainly touch. Now, I thought that Halsin was down here somewhere. Unless he went to camp.
You wish to speak?
You wish to speak! I'm starting to get suspicious that I've entered the wrong timeline. I know.
Nathaniel will be so scared there alone.
Yeah. Yeah. Where is it? Where is he? Maybe you're meant to talk to Halsin straight away, otherwise the game is like, nah.
We must, but...
Maybe it's bugged.
If we can find him, Oakfather shield you, my friend.
You wish to speak?
No. It's bugged. Alright. The only thing I can think to do is like reset, or if even just reloading it sort of resets it. I don't know why Halsin went back to camp. I'm trying to think of all the things that I did that might have triggered all the weirdness. I did go back to the Goblin Camp. All the way back to the Goblin Camp because I just wanted to murder something because I was bored while I was away on holiday and I had my laptop with me. I'm just like, well, I'll just take out the entire Goblin Camp. It'll be fine.
Pray with me while we wait.
See, he's there now, but I'm also in heavy armor, which means I haven't bought all the stuff that I bought. It's such a pain in the ass. I may have to call this a bust. Yep, okay. Figure out what I'm gonna do. Because getting this happening, getting his armor, there was a lot of trading involved, and it was just a horrendous pain. And I had to use a lot of dyes to make sure he had a blue belt. So I'll see if I can figure out a solution. But yeah, I'll call it for now. See you later, guys. Bye! That morning, the party stumble into the House of Healing, which is housed by undead Sharon sisters. Shadowheart recognizes a dead patient. It was Arabella's father, the tiefling they had rescued from Korga's harsh punishment. But where is the little girl? Exploring the House of Healing further, they encounter another monstrous Thorm relative, Malice. The surgeon is performing surgery on an awake patient. Pretty fucked. As one of the sisters make the first incision, Brock decides to attack them. Malice proves to be a difficult foe, but Shadowheart uses the blood of Lathander and sunbeams the surgeon to death. Get sunbeamed, bitch. Second death? He's undead. The monk trapped in the amulet loves it. The surgery patient is freed and runs off into the darkness. Continuing to follow the lead that the brewer dropped about the Thorm tomb, the group encounter Raphael outside by the mausoleum. Raphael warns them that something powerful sleeps ahead, and that if it makes its way out, they will unleash a pestilence upon the realm. Raphael bids that they kill it should they meet it. Brock presses Raphael further, and the devil reveals that he has a personal grudge with the orphan he speaks of. In the mausoleum, they discover the truths of Ketheric Thorm's tragic past, and that his daughter is named Isabel? The very same Isabel at the Last Light Inn? Is this her open tomb? They have little time to chew on the revelation as they gain access to a secret temple called the Gauntlet of Shah. Shadowheart is in disbelief to find such a grandiose temple, and that her dream to become a Dark Justiciar is potentially within grasp, should she complete the trials within the Gauntlet. As they explore, they find Ketheric's right-hand man, Balthazar. The necromancer recognizes the group as true souls. Balthazar is seeking a relic for Ketheric Thorm, and Brock wonders if helping the necromancer will help the party gain access to Ketheric himself. Shadowheart also thinks it's prudent to play along. Brock asks Astarion and Will to come along to the temple to help Shadowheart with the trials, and Astarion is disappointed to hear he missed the encounter of Raphael. Astarion errs on the side of helping Raphael with his little orphan problem, hoping the devil will owe the party. Brock isn't so sure, but I don't fucking trust anyone, so... Shadowheart takes a lead as they approach the trials, and spills her blood at multiple altars to initiate the tests. Shadowheart and Astarion pass the soft-step trial with flying colours. Brock and Astarion kill their own clones during the self-same trial. Shadowheart assists most kills, and is the only one who technically doesn't cheat. And the cleric easily passes the Faith Leap trial. It was so piss easy, I overthought it. As they explore, they find the Orthon Yrgir. Hope that's how you pronounce it. The devil says he was swindled by that perfume trickster Raphael. Will attempts to find out more about their devilish acquaintance through Yrgir, but he isn't willing. However, the Orthon mentions that he is bound to this place by a contract. Yrgir recites his contract in... It was a very awkward song, and Will's patron chuckles at the back of his mind. She enjoys a cleverly constructed contract. When Will asks why Raphael wanted all the Dark Justiciars killed, Yrgir mentions an Asima, a celestial-blooded mortal. Will's patron, Mizura, seems interested in helping Yrgir, so the party decide to at least investigate the Gauntlet. I mean, you might as well find out a bit more about a guy with a bed of corpses before fighting him. As Brock uses an elevator, he accidentally crushes Shadowheart and Will and kills them. First canon death. However, the blood of Lathander immediately revives Shadowheart. Whoops. They revive Will and decide to call it a day. They decide to swap out Will with Gale as they search the Gauntlet for a library. After battling some undead foes and uncovering the clues within the Library of Shah, they read a tome that mentions the Night Song. It seems only the Night Singer herself, Shah, can silence the Night Song. They find Dark Justiciar armor and a relic called the Spear of Night, the weapon instrumental for killing the Night Song. Whatever the Night Song is, Shadowheart takes it, for our Lady Shah must have bid her to wield it. With the trials completed, they pave a path towards a dark pool that is an entrance to the Shadowfell. Not knowing how long they might be there, they decide to turn back and finish their immediate business, especially that of rescuing the captives at Moonrise Towers. Considering Balthazar was friendly with them, the group proceed with a little more confidence towards the Moonrise Towers. They enter a throne chamber where none other than Ketheric Thorm sits, and a half-orc disciple named Zarel is chewing out some goblins for failing their mission past the mountain. Brock vouches for the little guys, but Ketheric punishes their failure. Brock is asked to deal with the rest. Ketheric retires to his quarters, and Brock lets the shaking goblins go. As Brock stands in the throne room, he gets the sense Ketheric has something to do with why his body and mind is wrecked. Disgraced. As he indulges the thoughts of flaying him, the Dream Visitor mentions that while the general can't be killed, his flesh and blood forces certainly can be. They meet a drow potion maker named Araj Oblodra, who is interested in meeting Astarion. Brock recognizes the Oblodra house as one being purged for many crimes, including experimenting with illithid breeding stock. Araj puts her trust in Brock since she figures out Brock isn't brainwashed like other true souls. Brock offers a bit of his blood in exchange for a potion that should be special to him, but it ends up being great, then completely sucking. Go back to Potions class Araj. After noting a strangely fleshy web within parts of the building, an Ogan mentions they hear meat sounds within the walls. Up! So they venture into the rafters and have a look, and find a fleshy thing within the walls. Brock finds he can connect with it. Some sort of living being. It mutters, disgraced, master, heir, tyrant, dark edge, forward one returns. When Brock asks what the dark urge means, the creature replies, you! It is the voice of the Absolute, a servant of the grand design. We've heard that word before. Now a slave to theirs, a chain to bind this world. Once whatever the dark urge was the jeweled hoped for their design, but now he is their flaw. The Absolute voice beckons him to come to it, so it can become itself again. Shadowheart cries out to break away from it as the party recoils in pain. Brock dislocates his shoulder, getting his arm away from the fleshy tentacles. The dream visitor, who Brock sometimes calls Scarla, notes the telepathic force was unlike anything she had ever encountered, and that it must be the source of the Absolute. So that was weird. Having explored the Moonrise Towers a little, they locate the Ironhand gnomes and surviving tieflings. One of the tieflings reveals that Zevlor tried to surrender to Ketheric's forces, and he is suspicious of his alliances, being that Zevlor potentially betrayed them. With Will bard baiting, credit to Zephy for that one, Gale locking in the Warden with Arcane Lock, and Astarion taking out the scrying orbs, the group sneakily release the prisoners, and no one seems to be the wiser. For now. Later, Brock introduces Astarion to Araj, who asks the vampire to bite her. Astarion is vehemently against it, and mentions her blood smells rank. Brock tells Astarion not to do anything he doesn't want to do, and Astarion seems surprised to be given a choice. The party head upstairs to meet with Disciple Zarel. She is disgusted to learn that Brock let the goblins go and dismisses him as a simpleton. Better a simpleton than a threat. She tasks him with finding a relic, the same that Balthazar was looking for. Furthering their discreet exploits, the party happen upon a shipping crate marked with the Zentarum logo. They steal it away undetected and take it back to their camp. They learn it is filled to the brim with dormant illithid tadpoles. Gale is determined to deny they use the Absolute. Into the camp chest it goes. With their mischief managed, the party return to Last Light Inn to check in on the people they rescued. They see Barkus Root's less than cheerful reunion with Wolbrin, that dick. The Deep Gnome yells at Wolbrin to run home, though there is mention of the rune powder that they were working on. Barkus decides he ought to return to Baldur's Gate, once Brock and the gang clear the way, of course. The gang set out to look for Will's father and the devil he has been charged to rescue. Exploring in and around the Moonrise Towers reveals a few things. One, that there is a flesh-covered oubliette beneath the prison that is filled with a pool of blood and discarded corpses. It is a sight. An impenetrable wall reveals there is more, but it is impossible to enter. Perhaps Will's mission should take him there, but how? Around the towers in the Last Light Inn, there are clues that there was a resistance of Selûnite worshippers who rebelled against General Thorm, albeit unsuccessfully. Back near the graveyard, they find Arabella, little tiefling girl, wandering alone. She appears to have gained some nature-based magic, perhaps from her interacting with the idol Sylvanas. They squirrel her away to the camp while they figure out how to tell her about her dead parents. But for now, they'll let sleeping dogs lie. And that's it. Hey! Thanks for coming along and watching the second interlude. During that last segment with the summary, there's actually 2 of the new songs that I have been working on because I release a EP. I think it's extended project or whatever it's called. every year, and they were 2 of the new songs. So all the music that you heard from the start and at the end was all me, baby. So yay. But yeah, thank you for coming along and watching this this previously on
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll be back when I'm back, and I'm really excited to deal with Orthon, check out the Shadowfell, and check out Howson's quest is sort of on my to-do list. And yeah, that's it. Won't take up any more of your time. Thank you so much for coming along. Bye!